website right now and download my free course on alternate picking mastery. It contains 5 essential exercises that will take you to alternate picking mastery faster than you can imagine. And then I've included my method of how to lay out a practice plan in just 1 to 2 minutes that will absolutely boost your results like nothing you ever tried before. So go download it right now. It's free. Hey! How do you get results on this instrument? Well, I'm talking about a lot of principles and a lot of things you can do to get more results and have more focus and really change the way you practice in order to get way more results than you usually do or that most people do. But when I talk to people and they say something like, "Oh, that sounds great. I'm going to do that. I'm going to use that in the future," and I say, "No, you're not. I didn't see you write it down. I didn't see you take out your phone, write it down, make reminders in your calendar of implementing that in your daily routine, because that's what you need to do." Taking something from the idea level to actually implementing it to its fullest extent in your practice is a step, is something we need to focus on. And most people fail completely at that. What we do not fail at is doing the same things over and over again each and every day. Because that's what the human organism is very good at. We develop routines, we get up at this time, we think the same thoughts, we complain about the same things, and we appreciate the same things over and over. We come home from work, we do this, we do that. We have expectations to ourselves and to others, and it's all like a system that just runs like a river or like a wheel, like a hamster wheel each and every day, every weekend, every Saturday. Perhaps with little, well-known changes or variations, but it's the same thing. And that wheel, going round and round, produces results. And it's the same results every time because it's the same wheel, right? And so it's not like you can say, "Oh, I want to become this," or "I want to build my skills in that direction," and then it's going to happen. No, because you have to take that and say, okay, what does it take to get there? Okay, this is what it takes. Develop new ideas. Become better at practicing each and every day. But that connection doesn't happen by itself. You must, it's like this. You must use so much power, so much force, so much intention to change that wheel because it just stays the same if you don't. So whenever I give you an idea like use more focus, take something small, hammer away at it, take all the other stuff away and then, spend that's not going to happen unless you really have, that's the whole project. Forget about learning alternate picking, sweep picking, forget about learning chords or theory or anything. Learn that. Learn to take something from your mind and then actually implementing it. So it becomes something you do each and every day. And that's when you get the result, is when it's automatic. So instead of picking up your guitar and start playing around and say, okay, what do I want to practice today? That whole thing, what do I want to practice? Why are you asking that? Why are you figuring out what to practice when you sit down with your guitar? You should know already, right? You have a project, or you don't have a project? You should have a project. You should have one major thing that you're working on, right, for this month. And underneath that, you should have one tiny thing that you're working on, killing a challenge you want to disintegrate, whether it be hammer-ons and pull-offs, whether, I'm going to, this little sequence on one string, I'm going to hammer away at that and really get it to the top level of what human beings can possibly do with their body in 4 weeks. That's my project. And then I have something else that looks a little bit like it that I'm also practicing. And when I get crazy of playing that in my sofa or couch every night, I practice something else as well. And I look into theory and I practice rhythm when I'm walking. What is your project? Right? You need to have that. And in order for you to implement something like that, you need to be conscious all the time, right? You need to, okay, I'm sitting down with my instrument here. Don't just noodle. That's not practicing. Don't just play whatever or practice whatever. Know where you want to go and what you want to do, right? That demands you being very conscious about the process. That's what makes the huge difference. So people come to me and say, I've been practicing for 25 years. No, you haven't. You haven't been practicing for 25 years. You've been playing stuff, practicing this, then getting bored with it, then practicing something else, then getting bored with that. Back to the first, onto the third. Just whatever, right? You need to get serious and then focus on building your skills in a methodical, systematical way. And in order to do that, you must break that hamster wheel, right? Whenever you get a good idea of something you can do to improve, you must implement it. Make sure you can't forget it. Decide to have reminders in your phone to get at you all the time. In that moment of getting the idea or deciding to do it, you must make sure you can't forget it, because you will forget it, right? The human brain is very good at something and very poor at other things. And one of them is remembering something, right? Holding a memory of, okay, tomorrow when I sit down to practice, I want to do that. Trust me, you will have forgotten it when you sit down tomorrow. And if it's a really good idea, you want to make sure that you can't forget. You want to change that project you're doing into something else, or you want to add it to the project, right? And this is all one thing in and of itself. Like, it has nothing to do with guitar practicing, but it has everything to do with becoming good at practicing, right? It's taking a step back. And when you take that step back, every, option is available to you, because now you're actually improving on becoming good at improving your skills, right? Instead of just trying to hammer away at it and getting frustrated about everything you do, right? So break the hamster wheel. Make sure that every good idea you get, every little decision, oh, that's a good idea, I should do that. Write it down. Do something right now to make that a reality. But because otherwise you'll just get hypnotized again, like we all do, right? And do the same thing you did the last time you sat down to practice. And then months goes by and you think, why does nothing change? Why, there's so many great YouTube videos I'm seeing and nothing happens. Why is that? Because you need to become good at the discipline of implementation, right? Of putting it in there, forcing it into the hamster wheel until the point where it becomes automatic. So now that is what you do when you sit down to practice automatically. You use focus. You can't even practice without having a project to work on, for instance, right? That's how to do it. That's how to get there, wherever you want to get. Subscribe for more free videos. Do it. Do it now. Do it.